Miserable day here in Scotland. It's snowing, it's sleet, it's raining. It can't make up its mind what it's doing, and I'm just about to get a fire on. In my last video I showed you how I went about producing a scraper on the top edge of the screwdriver here of my Victorinox Farmer penknife, and the 90° is along the top of the spine. There's really poor light here today, but you can make that out. And one of my subscribers, Tom Strays Around, suggested that I take a Dremel tool and do it to the bottom edge here of the screwdriver. So I done it, and this will be my first attempt today trying it with a fire steel. I thought it was a good idea because usually I use the 1/2" fire steels, but some of my fire ones are quite small. I think it's the Scout model, and this would be ideal for scraping this. So the reason I suggested I do it like this is because when you apply pressure along the barrel of the fire steel, it could possibly unlock, where how he suggested it is on this edge here. We turn it around and basically it's locked. I thought this was a great idea, especially for the smaller fire steels that we can use. I normally use these 1/2" fire steels, and that's why I prefer the larger scraping area here. But for smaller fire steels this would be ideal, and the added addition that it locks in position. So I thought that was a great suggestion. And if you have any other suggestions like that, put them in the comments. I'm always open to suggestions and ideas if it improves the bushcraft game that I do and the survival training. So thanks very much, Tom, I really appreciate that tip. Just a wee tip for you: if you're like myself and you're notorious for leaving a fire steel down once you've actually utilised it and scraped it and got your fire going, and you're like, I'll be back in a minute and I'll get that, and you forget it, well, I actually painted mine orange, so I made it much more visible on the forest floor for me to catch with the naked eye, especially at night. And I've got the old paracord there so I can attach it to myself, but I still find myself doing it, and it doesn't matter how often I do it. So one of the things I've done to get round about it, and hopefully this maybe help you out as well, is this here. So it's just hooked in like that onto your kit, and it just returns back, and then place it in where you normally would store it. For me it's on the front of my chest rig like that, and that way I know it's always secure and I'm not going to lose it again, and I'm not going to lay it down. Right, so there's a wee tip for you, it maybe be useful. Why don't you give this one a try? So I was gifted this at Christmas time there, and I think what these are actually for is bait scissors for fishermen. They just attach them on so they can take the hooks out of the fish's mouth. I think they got them off the Amazon. You can see it's a right miserable day here. Still misty in the background there. Still some snow. It's been raining for the last couple of hours now. So I'm going to get a fire on. So I've had to split all this wood down. Right, so let's try out this edge here on the fire steel. I've got some feather sticks already done. It's wet. I'm hoping I'm going to take, because I've been talking that much on the camera here. There we go. Right, so there you go. We've got that fire steel scraper at the bottom of the can opener working. Just taking maybe about 30 seconds to do with the Dremel tool, and it's worked great. Right, thanks again Tom for the suggestion, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Thanks again for coming along the channel. Cheers.